First time. Bitch, I didn't do my hair. And I got the white shirt back, the best white shirt. What's Layla's fur doing all over this desk? It's everywhere in this house. Let's see if I can get the light. The lighting still looks a little not the greatest. Maybe my screen just wasn't bright enough. That should be plenty bright now. Too bright. PMac movie's back. I didn't really properly prepare for this. I was gonna fix my hair a little bit, put on a different shirt, but we just went right to the video here. Let's wait for some peeps to show up. I do have my lighting back in here that I think works pretty well. It's been up in the attic for ages. Let's see if we can, this little light over here. We got one in the hizzy according to, looks like my magnet's stuck to this. Very strong magnet to find studs in the walls. Any metal around and it will stick to it. And it's hard to peel off too, holy cow. Okay. So I think there's just a few things that I haven't shown in a previous haul video that I was thinking to show off in a haul video, but I figured might as well do a live video here. Anybody out there? It says we got 3. Gotta blow some of Layla's fur off the thing here, off the desk. Jennifer's in the hizzy. Physical Media Collector 87's in the hizzy. What's up? I got some tennis on the Chromebook over there. Got my lighting back, so I got some decent lighting in this room. It's gonna be huge. So we'll get to the haul video. Just want to wait and see if anybody else shows up before we get started on the haul. Rose is in the hizzy. So I just got a few things here. I did get this week from Goodwill. I got like a Humphrey Bogart 4-movie set. Each movie had its own DVD. That was $3 at Goodwill. I don't know where that is. I was actually looking for it earlier today, and then before I started this video. I don't know that it ever made it up here into the movie room, so I'm wondering where it got placed. Kind of boggles the mind when movies disappear. But anyway, we do have some cool stuff here to show off. Not a ton of them. I think my last haul video was a Vinegar Syndrome haul. And I really don't think... I'm trying to think if there's anything else I got that I didn't... Actually, there is one thing, and thankfully it's right behind me here. Up here. So that is one that I got since then. Trying to think what else, if there's anything else. There probably is, but man, I can't think of what it would be, quite honestly. So we're going to take a look at a few things I've got here lately. Kind of lately. I mean, when was... I think a lot of this stuff is from Amazon Prime Day, actually. And that was quite a while ago. Was that like July? Physical Media Collector says, not much. Got 2 Blu-rays today. I got The French Dispatch. I only need 2 more Wes Anderson movies. And the other movie I got was Spirit Halloween, the movie. That one I saw some people got. I don't really know what it is. I do have French Dispatch, which I see is $4 now. I got it from a Target buy 2 get 1. It was probably a little bit more than $4 still, I'm thinking. But what can you do? You can't do anything except complain about it. Actually, it's probably still within the return period, so if I really wanted to save $2 or $3, I could, but that's probably not going to happen. Too much of a hassle. Let's take a look at a few things that I did get recently, including one earlier this week. It wasn't something I ordered, but something that Joe Masiello sent over to me. It is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Very appreciative that Joe sent this to me. He's the man. He's pretty much the only person who sent me anything for quite a while now. Possibly this whole year. I can't, some other people have sent me stuff, but I don't think this year. I couldn't really get into this movie. I'd fallen asleep. I know it's supposed to be a good movie, but I was watching it like after work. I kept falling asleep. Then today, I was watching it. I don't know if I just wasn't in the mood for a movie. I just couldn't get into the movie for some reason. But hopefully someday I'll be able to enjoy this. I have watched the other Guardians of the Galaxy movies multiple times, so I'm sure I'll come back to this one eventually. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. Jennifer says she didn't like the music in it. I don't know. Like everybody says it's a really good one, but I could not get into it for some reason. So I don't know what it was. It just didn't do it for me. What happened with Joe is he got this, I believe, around release day. He got the Blu-ray, and then he forgot to decline the Disney Movie Club offer for this. So he got it sent to him, and then he sent it over to me. So, Joe, you the man, as always. And I still actually need to send Joe some stuff. I have like that Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall. It was Total Recall, and was it Terminator 2? I can't remember, but I have a steel book that I need to send to him, and I'm going to send him some other stuff too. What else have we got here? I can't believe this is all I've gotten here over the last while. That stuff's all like Amazon Prime Day stuff. Let's do some non-Amazon Prime Day first. This was one I ordered from Target, buy 2 get 1. I don't even remember when their last, buy 2 get 1 was, but I ordered it. I believe the last one. I got Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 1 and Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 2 here. These are really, really sweet sets. I like how they do it. They got it, decent, pretty sturdy outer box. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases with 2 movies each. I did get a spine slash on mine, which frustrates me, but it's actually, in this lighting, it looks worse than I thought it was originally, the spine slash, but a lot of movies on here, a lot of good movies. Some movies I do already have. Heroes 2, I think I have a US, maybe out of print one. The Flying Guillotine, I have 88 Films, and the Dragon Missile? the Dragon Missile, I might have an 88 Films one also. I can't remember. There's 12 movies on this. I try to get all these, you know, Asian sets that they put out. But yeah, it sucks that it had a spine slash. I think some of the discs, like maybe maybe one had some more major issues. Yeah, that spine slash in this lighting, it's much more apparent. That seems to happen a lot with Shout, so I don't think it's like the packing place doing it. I think it's something's going on at Shout where people just don't give a crap and they are just slashing spines. I have not watched any movies out of this set. I have watched a couple out of the first volume and I like them. I believe I watched 2 and I liked them both. Tim Talks Talkies in the hizzies. Hizzies? Only one hizzy. Let's see. Rose says, got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 on Disney. Blah, blah, blah. Tim, did you get the 2 Shaw Brothers sets? Anywho, what else we got here? So, yeah, I guess unless I'm forgetting things, I haven't really gotten anything a whole lot since Prime Day, but I did get Casablanca here on 4K. I have actually never watched this movie, even though I've had the Blu-ray for many years. Just not as much into older movies. I definitely like to expand my horizons and get into stuff, and I can, like, I've gotten into older movies at times. It usually doesn't stick, though. I'm going through a phase right now where I've been watching Stallone movies from like the 90s, which it's weird too because the one Tango and Cash, I remember watching it about 15 years ago and I did not care for it really at all. Difficulties here. The problem is with doing the video up here in the movie room, I think it's too far away from the router, so we do get some technical difficulties. It looks like we lost a few people in the process. Physical Media Collector says, I was disappointed with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Also, it took me 3 times to get through it. I kept falling asleep and thought the movie was mediocre. Yeah, that happened to me too. Jennifer says, just went to Gran Turismo, thought it was very good. It looked to me like a movie that wasn't going to be very good, but it actually is getting very good reviews, so that's interesting. Tim says he did not grab those Shaw Brothers sets. Waiting for a sale. Good idea. Casablanca is such a classic. Thought the 4K looked great, and I adore the movie. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a classic here. It's just I don't know. I got to get myself in the right mood to watch something like that. I didn't grow up on that type of movie, and I think we tend to get more into the things that we grew up on a lot of the time. Not always, but you know, we tend to be drawn to those sorts of things. So this was $12, and then I actually ordered this from Amazon, and then Grub price matched the $12, and I could get 20% off. So it ended up being like $10, which I don't really see it being much less than that on Black Friday, or not Black Friday specifically, but those kind of pre-Christmas sales. Not necessarily right on Black Friday anymore. And Grub usually does pretty good ones. It's very possible that this could be $10 and 20% off. But is it worth waiting for very little money? I mean, it ends up being less than $20 or less than a $2 difference. Also, during the Target Buy 2 Get 1, I guess I read good things about this movie. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it because I didn't open it. It is Nefarious here, starring Sean Patrick Flanery. Interesting because I read some good things about it, but then like on, what's it called there? On Letterboxd, it's like less than 3 for the rating. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even opened it, and it It did. The slipcover got crushed, as they usually do from Target. You can see, maybe see it got like crushed on the bottom. You know that packing where they have like that cardboard. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like two pieces of cardboard that like they stick together. Some machine or something must put them together tight, and it just destroys slipcovers. Really shitty way of doing it. Tim says I did grow up with TCM and AMC constantly going on the TV. That probably explains the love for classic movies. But I was more, you know, I would watch. We would watch like action movies, somewhat of a variety, but not like old classic movies. Really not much horror either, which I've gotten into. Like I still like horror if it has a really good story, but I'm not into like real scary, again, unless it has a good story, or real like gory and stuff like that. But more so maybe action, comedy back in the day, which I'm not. There's not really many good comedies anymore. I don't know how you could even be into comedy much anymore, unless you're going back to some of the classics. I do like action comedies, like watching Tango and Cash. Definitely an action comedy in my opinion, and actually a really good one. I'm surprised I didn't like it when I watched it like 15 years ago. It's a really good one. Another one I got there from Prime Day was Leaper Pets. Unfortunately, without... Oh, I didn't take the code out of that either. Unfortunately, without the Slippy Dippy, which I was kind of surprised about. I would have thought this would still probably be like a first printing type of thing. I would have thought I'd get the slipcover from Grub, but it was like, I think it was 10 and 20% off, so it was like $8. So can't complain too much. Another one, I wasn't sure about this one as far as getting the slipcover, but still kind of disappointed that I didn't. It is Nope here on 4K Blu-ray combo pack. Probably didn't take the code. Oh, I did take the code out of that one for some reason. These Warner Brothers ones, like the Super Pets one, it will actually expire on the expiration date, which is the end of 2024. But yeah, Nope. No, I watched part of this one. Can't really say too much about it. It was real late, I think, and I didn't stick with it. It wasn't like bad or anything, but it wasn't like anything great either. We only have 3 left. But there's some neat ones. Neat. Let's see. Physical Media says they have Death on the Nile 4K for 1,250 points, and Jungle Cruise. Very. I did not like Death on the Nile, but the issue is I've seen that. I already, knew what was going to happen. I've seen the other versions of it, so it's hard to get into when you already know what's going to happen. Jungle Cruise I thought was a real fun one. I thought it was underrated. I really liked that one. I already have 2 editions of it, but definitely being able to get those for free from Disney Movie Insiders is pretty sweet for people that do not have them. I think there was also some more too. I think Big Hero 6, which I have the steelbook of. But anywho, let's take a look at what else I got from Grove. From the Amazon Prime matching prices, plus 20% off. We got Doctor Who. Colin Baker, complete season 1. I think this is the one I got. It was $20 minus the 20% off. You got to be careful with these two. They get a lot of scratch discs. This had some scratch discs, and I was like going back and forth with Grove about it. They ended up giving me an extra 15% off, which was like not very much money, but I just didn't feel like going through the hassle of sending it back and waiting for the other one that probably had scratch discs too. I am pretty OCD about scratch discs, but I mean that was a really good price for this. $20 minus 20% off, and then it ended up being about $15 after the extra discount for the scratch discs. And then I did get this one also. I did pay a little bit more for this. This is a 9-disc set. I believe this is an even older Doctor Who. It is William Hartnell season 2? Do I have season 1 is the question. Did they put out season 1 of William Hartnell is also a question. I'm not sure. I have most of the classic Doctor Who's that they put out, and the only newer Doctor Who that I'm missing is the most recent with the girl, which I haven't watched any of them with the girl as Doctor Who. I have not watched those yet. I think I have 2 seasons of her. So was she on it for 3 seasons then? I heard it's pretty bad with the girl, who I've seen her in something else too. She was on some other British show. And then I also, this was a really good deal. It was $50 and then 20% off. It is Vikings, the complete series here on Blu-ray. I actually have the half of this downstairs. I haven't watched it though in several weeks, but I was into this. Unfortunately, Charmaine does not like it, but I liked it quite a bit. Or liking it. Got to get back into it. That was $50 minus 20%, which I'm pretty sure they've had that deal since then too. So if you want Vikings the complete series, you definitely want to pay attention to Grove, because I think they're going to continue having that for $50 during some sales. So that is the haul. We can take a look at some other stuff here if people are still participating. Physical Media Collector also liked Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is one of the rare movies that I have 2 copies of up on my shelves here, which we'll take a look at here in a second because I think it's right behind me. I really wanted to get some of the Doctor Who's in July. I saw at Barnes & Noble, but yeah, you definitely don't want to pay $60 each. You should be able to wait and get them around $20-25 is a good price for the classic Doctor Who seasons. They don't really go much lower than that, although Deep Discount had a couple of them maybe a couple years ago or so. They had them very cheap. I don't know if that was a mistake or what, but I think they had them for like less than $15 or something. Jennifer says Vikings was good. Yeah, it's pretty intense, but I like it. It's good. So I was talking about Jungle Cruise, which I actually got from the Disney Movie Club upon release. And I liked the movie so much, I had to get when Target was marking down their 4K exclusives, I had to beer myself again because I like the movie, which the slipcover is really nice for it too. Jungle Cruise probably doesn't have the slipcover still from Disney Movie Insiders. If it did, that would be really a beer me. It's got a nice, really nice slipcover. I like that a lot. Really fun movie, underrated in my opinion. I don't think this even got great reviews, which I don't really understand. I thought it was a lot of fun, which when you're watching a movie like this, you're wanting fun. You're not expecting some Oscar winner type of thing. You're wanting fun. And then the Target edition, which is probably not as nice, in my opinion, I'd rather have the slipcover edition, but this was very affordable. Flimsy. It feels flimsy. So if I could only pick one, I would definitely want something like a Steelbook over something like this. It does have like this, this is actually really nice. This reminds me of the, if you collected sports cards, this looks like a, what did they used to call this? There was like expensive cards you could buy that had like a kind of a neat look and feel to them. Topps Finest. They were called Topps Finest. And this looks like a Topps Finest card. So that's nice with the Target edition. It actually comes with 2 of those. It comes with this one also. So that's very nice. I'll get to your comments. Yeah, I see there's some comments. I will get to those momentarily. Oh, this little thing This actually has the regular case in it too, so it's almost like a slipcover edition with the case in it. I forgot about that. So this edition's actually nice too. It's basically just the slipcover with those cards. It's kind of neat, and it like opens up here like this. So that's actually a really nice edition. I thought it was just a cheap thing where it would like fold out. I don't really like those fold out things. But so these are both nice editions of Jungle Cruise. Physical Media Collector asked some of my favorite TV shows. I guess we would have to differentiate between like hour-long series versus sitcoms. Some of my favorite, serious hour-long shows, we'd have something like Lost would definitely be very, very high. Lost was one of the first ones I really got into, along with 24 with Kiefer Sutherland. Was one of the first ones I started buying, and I'd like binge the whole season. I'm looking at some other stuff I got up. So another really good one would be Fringe. Fringe is a really good one. Probably underrated too. Yes, Lost is a good one for sure. Star Trek, specifically Star Trek The Next Generation is probably the best one from my perspective. What else do we got here? People are talking outside. I got the window open. Other favorite series. I'm seeing what did I keep some of my favorites out? Some of them I might only have on DVD. Twin Peaks is a really good one. Definitely different, weird, but X-Files, yeah, I like the X-Files. I wouldn't say it's necessarily one of my favorites because I feel like there's a lot of filler episodes, but it's definitely good. Millennium is also good. Millennium was a show that, is his name Chris Carter, the creator of X-Files? He made, towards the end of X-Files, I think there's actually a couple episodes that are crossover episodes, but Millennium is definitely one to look into if you like the X-Files. Lance Henriksen plays the main actor in it. It is 3 seasons. I have one of the DVD sets over here for Millennium. I don't know where my other 2 went, but that's definitely a good one too. Pretty intense. I haven't watched every single episode of the X-Files. I'm pretty sure I've watched through like the main story arc episodes. I skipped over some episodes to get to the main story arc ones, but yeah, Game of Thrones is another good show. The original Twilight Zone. I think I've watched probably over 2 seasons of that, but I didn't finish. I do have the Blu-ray. Jay, a little while ago, asked me if I have Nightmare Before Christmas 4K. I did just place a Disney Movie Club order because they have the steelbooks of the Disney Plus shows, so I figured I'd get like all the new stuff. That is one of the few things I've ordered recently. So I ordered all the Disney Plus shows, the 4 sets that they have on there. And then there's a few other movies. There is Elementals, that one, Nightmare Before Christmas. And there was another movie that I believe only had a Blu-ray, Boogeyman, I pre-ordered. Because I was able to get, buy one at full price and all the rest were 60% off. Little Mermaid, which, but to be able to get it at that price, the code should take up a lot of the price I paid for it. So I thought that was a beer me. I just ate a salad, so cool. I hope Disney makes a physical media comeback. Who knows? Who knows? What do we think of the new setup here on PMac Movies? I made a video earlier today. Yeah, it was today. I posted it right after I made it. I am off this week, which is nice. I'm able to do more stuff like this. Pretty happy with where the movie room's at. It actually looks really good. There's walking room around here. There's still some shelf space, although I do have plenty of bins of movies. And those still have to be arranged a little bit. But if I'm able to make a nice dent in selling stuff, that's gonna be a lot of work. It would be nice though if I made a nice dent in it. Actually, as far as like selling some of my cheap stuff, I do live in an area where it's kind of like on a main road, and I could probably sell some stuff at a yard sale. I would just like put some movies in plastic bins by price, like $1 bin, $2 bin, $3 bin, and get rid of some cheap stuff that way. But yeah, pretty good. I'm looking by. Behind me, well, I got like the F starting up there. The S is over here. This is a good one. This is a good one right here. This is one I want to talk about. What happened to the... Looks like it got scratched. This is going to need a new plastic thingy. Actually, it does anyway. I used to like cut the back of it. They don't need to be cut. It is Oblivion though. Tom Cruise. Good movie. Tom Cruise in sci-fi. It's just, if Tom Cruise makes a sci-fi movie, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good, baby. We have I think I made this into a 4K Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And it actually stays on the spindle. The DVD stays on the spindle. That is impressive. I like this set, Universal. I don't know that I've ever actually watched this movie on 4K. I do enjoy this movie quite a bit, though. This is going to go in the garbage. I'm going to get a new one of these. I really only use these on steelbooks. Okay. Brand new one. Brand new. Brand new. I had to do it. You know I had to do it. If you watch PMac Movies, you know when there's an opportunity to say, brand new, we take it. Oblivion. What are some other good movies behind me here? Not necessarily one of my favorites, but kind of a cool addition. Pacific Rim here with the sexy slipcover. And I got the DVD hanging on by a thread there. We got another combo pack. I turned this into a 4K / what else do I have in here? We got the Blu-ray. We got the special feed. I thought I had a 3D disc in here. Interesting. I wonder, I think I do have a 3D set of Pacific Rim somewhere. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I thought I did, actually. I thought I bought the 3D of that for cheap. Physical Media Collector Falling Skies is also a fun show. I've actually never watched that, although I do own the complete series on Blu-ray. It is Falling Skies is in a bin somewhere, either in this closet here or in the other bedroom. There's bins everywhere. The PMac household. PMac's got a problem. What else we got here? This is one I need to watch eventually. A little Giallo puzzle. Haven't watched that yet. I like Giallos, but gotta be in the right mood for something like that. Panic Beats. This is one that, for some reason, I accidentally bought an extra copy of this, which needs to be sold. It is also in one of my bins. Who knows which one? There's quite a few of them, but Panic Beats. If you're interested in Panic Beats, I guess pay attention and see when PMac's ready to sell it. Mondo Macabro, really, they do a lot of good movies, European movies and whatnot. Physical Media Collector says Diagnosis Murder's a fun show. Yeah, I remember that being, I don't know if it was syndication or what. It's been a while, though. I wouldn't mind having that, but I think it's pretty expensive on Blu-ray, which is why I haven't purchased it. Plus, I have way too much to watch already. I think Charmy's awake. That means we might have to end this, because she's going to wonder what the heck I'm doing. What else I got behind me to talk about? New York Ninja? Not very good. Not very good. We got the Star Wars 4Ks over here. I think the only Star Wars that I don't have on 4K is The Force Awakens. Looks like we're down to only 5 people in here now, too. So I did my haul. I've talked. I've responded to comments. Successful live stream. I'm going to say it's successful anyway. Whether you think so or not, that's up to you. But PMac Movies, we can show you a little bit of around the room. Take you a walk. Take a walk. The lighting's so much better now that I got this do they call it a floor lamp? No, so this is the corner where we could make like a thin shelf on the wall, but we didn't, so I just have this bookshelf over there, but I think that's effective. Thank you, Physical Media Collector. And then we got like a little stand. I had tennis on there, but it's too far away from the router. And then this other corner, and then this, you can see the lights there, the little floor light, and then this is the corner where I've been sitting and talking. So yeah, I mean, before we did this, probably 5 or 6 weeks ago-ish, there was just probably 2 months now, because I did pick up the room to get it ready and put them in bins, but there is just movies on the floor everywhere in here. Like, I could barely step anywhere, so I should have taken some like before and after pictures, because before it was just movies everywhere. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work it was like full-time work I put quite a few hours in to get it to this point. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to walk around in here. It's nice to be able to see it presentable and be able to like find what I want to watch and stuff like that. The DVDs still need some work, because I think when we were picking up the DVDs to make room to build some of the shelves, like Charmy was just throwing a bunch of DVDs in bins. But there's some of those DVDs are ones that I do want out. A lot of them, like if I'm never going to watch them or whatever, they can stay in bins at this point. But I think there's probably some in those bins that need to go on to the bookshelf, the white bookshelf there. So that'll be something I was pondering doing. Maybe even tomorrow. Who knows? If I'm motivated enough to do it, we'll see. Probably not, but maybe. I think those bins are right in this closet. So that means I'll have to take everything practically out of the closet, go through the DVD bins, take out the DVDs I want out because I might watch the movie, put them up on the bookshelf, and then put everything back into the closet. Actually, it wouldn't be too bad. It would probably be... How long would it take me to do all that? I don't know. An hour? Probably an hour and a half. I don't know. But there is some other stuff. Like some of those, with the movies I take out, I would also be putting some DVDs in too, because like that freestanding rack there, that has stuff that I don't necessarily need. I'm surprised you didn't shelve by labels. That's how I do it. I have so many. By label, you mean like Scream Factory, Vinegar Syndrome, Studios, Sony. How would you do it by label? Criterion? Like, I thought of different ways to do it, but in the end, I decided that's going to be too complicated to do it by label. It's going to be too complicated. I wanted it to be just in alphabetical order, so that's how I did it, and I'm satisfied with that. And then with the box sets, those I pretty much just put them on there. I had to kind of do it by weight because I don't know how much, like if the shelves were going to sag at all. So I had to be kind of careful about the weight stuff, but it doesn't really look like they're sagging. Even the ones that have like the heavier stuff on them, it looks like they're still doing pretty well. So I kind of got to figure out how I'm going to do that. Those I might do by label more. Like I could do the Vinegar Syndrome ones, Arrow Video, blah, blah, blah. The box sets, I could do that, Criterion. Or again, I could do alphabetical order with the box sets. We'll see. We'll see what happens. PMac movies. I think that's separate boutiques. Yeah, I just didn't want to do it that way. Probably looks good and everything. I just didn't want to do it that way. Plus, you know, the thing with doing it that way is, too, there's a certain mindset that goes with doing it that way. And, you know, you see collectors that are like, I have to have every one of this label. And I don't want to go down that road. I want to more so, I want to own the movies that I want to own regardless of label. So I don't want that, oh, I got to collect this because it's that label. That mindset ends up leading to buying a lot of movies that you don't really want. That happened to me with like Criterion. I'm like, I'm going to get every Criterion. And then I end up with all these artsy-fartsy movies that I will never watch and I don't even really want to own. So I ended up selling a lot. And I probably actually made some money off of that because I was getting them with coupons and stuff. Selling stuff is work, though, too. It's time, it's energy, it's work to sort it all out and get it all together. And so I do not want to collect labels. I want to buy movies off of the different labels that I want, which, speaking of which, there's a Vinegar Syndrome sale tomorrow, starting tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow through Monday, so that'll be interesting to take a look and see what they have discounted. It's supposed to be 50 to 70% off on certain titles. My concern is, I think most of what I want from Vinegar Syndrome is some of their newer stuff, and I doubt it's going to be much as far as the newer stuff. I think it's going to be a lot of older stuff. So we'll see, though. I'll take a look. Basement Blues, Tone Zone's in the hizzy. I was just getting ready to get done, and now Tone Zone's in the hizzy? Oh, we had Tim Talks Talkies earlier. Actually, two people... I watch very few movie collectors, anymore. I used to watch like Cinema Sickness. I haven't watched him in years. Used to watch like a bunch of movie collectors. Now it's very few. I usually, but I do definitely check out Basement Blues, Tim Talks Talkies. I still check out, what's his face there? Tommy Star. I forget. I can't remember. Maybe his channel is named Tommy Star. Check out Tommy Star. But very few. I usually on YouTube I watch a lot of like police interaction videos, like First Amendment audits, and Buffalo Bills podcasts. But Tommy Star. Several issues. I mean, I tend to have issues with everybody to a certain degree. You know, picking apart things, which isn't good, but he doesn't really respond to comments much at all, so I pretty much stopped commenting. Not that I necessarily comment a lot anyway. I'm usually busy while I'm listening to videos. But I would comment on his, and I notice other people commenting, and he like never responds or very rarely responds. He also doesn't do where he's actually going out and buying stuff anymore, which I used to like. He'd actually like show. Ever since COVID, he doesn't show himself going to the stores anymore, so those are a little bit more entertaining. There's some other things too, but that's all I'm gonna. Where's my garbage? I was throwing this thing to where the garbage used to be, and we moved it. So Tommy Star. I still watch him though. I still watch him. He's one of the few that I still will. When he puts up a weekly haul video, I'll watch. I just don't think he puts as much effort into them anymore, which I'm sure he's got a lot of other stuff to do too with a youngster. Let's be realistic. PMac doesn't do out and about videos. Back in the day, I did a couple live videos out and about. What did you watch? Tone Zone. What movie did you watch? I've been on a Sly Stallone kick lately. I have watched over the last few days Cobra, Assassins, The Specialist, Tango and Cash. I was thinking, are there other Stallone movies I need to watch? Demolition Man might be my favorite Stallone. I don't really need to watch that again because I've watched it like not super long ago. Whoa, Tone Zone's watching some PMac recommendations. Impressive. Yeah, Ghost Stories and Come Play were both ones that old PMac talked about in a live video here a few days ago, I think. What'd you think? Hopefully these PMac recommendations didn't disappoint, but we all have our own preferences and such. I also watched The Brain that Scream Factory put out, which was my second viewing of it. I liked it more the first time. Tone Zone says he enjoyed them both. That's good. What was I talking about? Basket Case I also watched today. The Brain, Basket Case. The Brain I had seen before. Not as good as I originally thought. The premise of it's pretty good. Like a mind control through the TV sort of thing. Definitely a good premise. Basket Case is just like a low budget movie with a pretty cool idea, but not the biggest entertainment value in my opinion. Flashback. Again, I would say Flashback, which I also talked about in that live video a few days ago. Flashback probably not as good as the first viewing. I didn't think it was good. Still really good, though. And then some of these Stallone movies, I thought they were all, like, entertaining to a certain degree, but, like Assassin's Cobra and Specialist, I gave them all 3 out of 5 stars. Tango and Cash, which is one that I didn't like from a few years ago, or probably 15 years ago, I watched probably the DVD of it. I actually got the Blu-ray out of here. It was unopened, which I open almost everything I buy, so it was kind of weird that that was unopened on the shelf. But I really like Tango and Cash. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Charmy just texted me wondering where I am. So we're going to have to close up things. Let me just check the chat here. Night Gallery. I actually have never watched Night Gallery, even though I have it on DVD. Flashback is still on the pile. I think Flashback's a solid one. And I really like Dylan O'Brien, who it seems like he hasn't really been in a whole lot. It would be nice to see him in more like leading roles, because I think he's a good actor, a good young actor. Might not even be. He's probably 30s now. Who knows? He could be 40s. He could be, you know, some people look younger than they are. He looks 30s. Yeah, I think so. Thanks for the participation. It's cool to be able to do these videos and for there to actually be people who come in and participate, which is nice. And it looks like Charmy woke up from her nap. I thought she might be out for this. Sometimes she'll fall asleep, you know, pretty early, and she'll be out for the night. But it looks like she woke up, so we'll probably watch. I actually put Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the player. I think it's about time to watch Eraser again. I always remember that being a fun one, but it's been quite a while since I watched it, so I don't really remember a whole lot from it. But classic. I'm getting back into these like classic action movies, which are probably my bread and butter. I loved them when I was a kid, so watching some of these again, some Stallones, some Arnolds. JCVD not as good as Stallone and Arnold, but there's some okay JCVD ones and other folks too. Kurt Russell was in Tango and Cash. He's really good. But all right, thank you, Tone Zone. You have a great weekend. Also, we will see you guys next time on PMac Movies, baby. How do you end this thing? I forget. Oh, you hit the X.